Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good in these YouTube streets? And saying that respectfully too. Thank you guys for dropping in, especially on this unexpected day too. So when it comes to that, if you guys could hear me, if you guys could see me too, just feel free to let me know for those who are watching this live and for those who are watching the replay too. My name is James Harris. Some of you guys know me as Herc213 on YouTube and on PlayStation Live, and of course also to Herc420 on Instagram too. For those who follow me on social media and stuff, you guys probably see me in most places too. But yeah, it is good to see you guys again too. Oh, excuse me. So it's just weird. Yeah, every time I talk, I feel like my voice is losing. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But hold on a sec. Yeah, I just need to drink something. There we go. So yes, I welcome you guys to another after hours celebrate conversation. So this is a place for for all of us to just really have open discussions about certain things too when it comes to pop culture and everything else too. And yeah, if you guys could hear me, if you guys could see me again too, feel free to let me know. And I just really want to address this too for anyone who is just really expecting the show to come on yesterday, because usually these shows come on every Saturday at 7 p.m. I was at a party when it comes to the friend of mine I haven't seen for a bit. So I thought, it's going to end. It was going to, I was probably going to schedule it for a later time when it comes to with the show. And then it just started getting later and later. We're having fun in the party. So I just really kind of schedule this for tomorrow too. When it comes, schedule it for today, I'd say, when it comes to with this show. So if you guys, expecting the show to come on last night, I apologize. And, I thought, let it be known too when it comes to keeping you guys updated on YouTube just when it comes to the rescheduling of today's show too, which is going to happen right now. But hold on a second. I don't know what's up with my voice. Jeez, I'm not sure what is going on with my voice, but hey, it is what it is. And it's not cool to hear me just like clear my throat like that. Forgive me for that. Might have to just do that off of, my live streams when it comes to that. But it's just weird every time I try to talk. I feel like my throat is about to go get dry for some reason too. But I'm okay though, other than health wise. And it's good to see you guys again too. And again, I hope you guys have enjoyed May 4th yesterday. For those who are, Star Wars fans as well, I'm about to really just dive deep into that kind of topic too when it comes to Star Wars. Because, like May 4th was yesterday, but, you could still celebrate, Star Wars Day the day after, the next day, and, you know, so on and so forth. So when it comes to that, and just like, when it comes to with these live streams, it's just like, for those who love Star Wars, for those who love the movies, the TV shows, the video games, et cetera, et cetera, this is, your guys' live stream. So, and it's just really interesting too when it comes to just this with Star Wars and just like, just really watching that kind of franchise too over the last, oh my gosh, how long's Star Wars been out for so far? I know it's been out way before I was born. So like the first Star Wars I think I ever saw was probably like was it episode one? With it's like when like before the origin stories with the origin. Wait, let me take that back. When I first saw, I think I saw the actual like older Star Wars films when it comes to with Harrison Ford in there, and and just like but also too like I also saw the ones that I watched when I was a kid, with episode 1 to 3. And to be honest with you, I'm really bad at tracking like the Star Wars stuff, to be honest. And it's just like, I know friends over the years who are really Star Wars fanatics. Like I know one friend of mine who has like a list of every Star Wars thing, when it comes to like in like chronological timeline order. And I know how he has the energy and passion to do that, even when he's just has like a 9 to 5 and all that too. So it's just like when it comes to with the Star Wars and how it really impacted our culture too, just like, when it comes to popularity of it too, with some awesome legendary actors like Harrison Ford and Linda, say Linda Fisher. I can't now. I'm forgetting the names too. I know with Princess Leia and with, you know, um, oh my gosh, with Luke Skywalker and with Darth Vader, of course, too. James Earl Jones's voice. It was really legendary. And Mark Hamill too, of course. Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill who's Luke Skywalker and the Joker. Which is kind of like a mind twist there too, when it comes to that. And with Princess Leia, and I know the actress's name, I just can't think of it now, but it'll pop up to me too. It's just like over the last couple of decades so far. I believe if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about that. It's just like when it comes to Star Wars, it just really had this powerful cultural impact too. So when it comes to just really, celebrating that franchise, even like with George Lucas too, before he sold it, and all that. Yeah, Carrie Fisher, thank you, Carrie Fisher. And what's up, Miss Candy? Good to see you. So yes, I know it's like something Fisher. So yeah, Carrie Fisher. Yeah, thank you for that. So Miss Candy, it's good to see you too. So thank you for anyone who is just dropping, watching this live, and for those who are watching the replay. So it's just like, when it comes to Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, James Earl Jones, and now I'm remembering all the names too. So like, when it comes to that, Gary, I think one of the guys' name who plays Darth Maul, he's a really, good actor too, very athletic. He played Darth Maul with that too, playing the actual character, in I think it's episode one. Oh, and Liam Neeson, yes, I remember him too, Ra's al Ghul and now Qui-Gon, just like that's all I remember him too. And of course, you can't forget Samuel L. Jackson, of course, too, with his unique lifesaver too when it comes to that, and other amazing actors who were in that franchise. Donnie Yen was probably in the Star Wars franchise too, but in the certain shows. So yeah, Miss Candy says I'm staying up a little bit, so I thought I'd catch you tonight. Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Thank you for being here, Miss Candy, and it's good to see you. And hopefully you're doing well and taking care of yourself. I mean, I know it's been a minute since I've seen you in my chat, and I know I've been kind of like doing my own thing when it comes to other people's live streams. I think last night I was watching Ron's live stream for a bit, and then I just hit the like button too. So when it comes to that. But if so, like for anyone who's wondering where I am, I'm usually watching and just really doing other stuff off of YouTube where I can just make money, take care of myself, and all that. And it's just like if I support you guys, I'll support you whatever I can. Just hitting the like button, showing support, saying hi to everyone in the chat, and so on and so forth. So I'm just really want to let you know about that too. You say usually in bed. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Sleep is important when it comes to with self-care and wellness. So, hey, sometimes if you need to go to bed just to get some rest, if you need to do something the next day and so on and so forth. I mean, hey, I don't blame you for doing that. So yeah, I don't blame you for doing that at all. Hey, the lovely Kate Travel, what's up? She says, I'm just dropping by to say hi. Yeah, of course. Thank you for being here. I understand if you guys want to just, stop by, say hello and all that too for a bit. I totally get it. So when it comes to that, and of course, too, just really saying hi to everyone in the chat. So that's totally cool. And shout out to all the mods out there too in the chat too, keeping the chat room safe and safe and really, fun environment for people who are new to the channel or coming back. So, yes, Cindy, shout out to Kay and Miss Candy. So, yeah, and getting back to what you're talking about, Miss Candy, I totally forgot when the actress's name. I know it's Carrie Fisher. I was like, can't. It's just that brain fog. But then when he saw that name, it just hit back. So, yeah, it's thank you for that reminder. And of course, too, with Star Wars, it's such a awesome franchise, and the fan base is especially are very passionate people. From my own experience, just really talking with them, going to expos, like Anime Expo or WonderCon, and it's just like when it comes to that, you see someone dressed as Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or Chewbacca or you know, one of the Sith lords or a Jedi, members of the Jedi Order too, wherever that may be, or just like Han Solo's son, as well. And it's just like, I think it's Rilo or something. I don't know. It's just like when it comes to the new Star Wars stuff, I have to just really catch on with it a little bit too, because to me, I'm a Marvel guy. I say Marvel guy, but I'm a comic book guy through and through. Marvel, especially DC Comics, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of like when it comes to with Star Wars and Star Trek, and I tend to know about it, but also keeping up with it is kind of like it's kind of like a fun, challenging undertaking per se at least too. So you know, so I just really want to know about that. If I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something. I am not like the all knowing, all powerful so and so. So I just repeated myself too. K Charles says I'm pretty sleepy. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I understand that too. If you guys are tired too, I totally understand that also too. And it's just like I'm not forcing you to be here too. If you guys want to sleep, you go sleep. I mean, shoot. Sometimes there are days, and this is me, admitting that my laziness is just like I want to sleep sometimes. Sometimes I want to sleep, especially from a good workout. If I'm doing 30-minute cardio, or if I'm just doing 20 minutes of just lifting weights, and even if I'm doing like 10 minutes of just stretching, it's like after all that, hard work to staying healthy, it's like, it's like I want to rest and sleep, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do when it comes to going to work, making an income for yourself just to survive, and so on and so forth. And just like when it comes to that too, and especially when it comes to self-care and wellness and all that, it's really good to just really, you know, listen to what your body and what your heart wants and your mind wants too. So especially for your well-being. But that's another story for another day. And today, since it's when it comes to just really continue with the Star Wars Day too. So just really if you guys really want to just check out a playlist too by Marvelous Videos, and shout out to them too for just really creating this awesome playlist. And if you guys ever check out the channel Marvelous Videos, it has really good like origin stories and background information when it comes to a certain pop culture media, especially when it comes to Star Wars, when it comes to movies, when it comes to like just like with anything that you're passionate about, even with video games stuff too. So it's really cool if you guys ever haven't checked out Marvelous Videos too. I'll just really show you an example of what they look like. So when it comes to that too with Marvelous Videos, it really has some awesome stuff there too. So when it comes to like again with Star Wars, as you see on the screen, it's really interesting how just like when it comes to with a channel that's just really doing their facts and doing their research, it's really cool that they can just create these kind of videos for people to just really get a grasp at what Star Wars is all about. Even if people aren't into it or don't know about it, I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know. It's just like when it comes to just like with Marvelous Videos, and shout out to them too. It's just like for them to just make this playlist, especially like when it comes to like with Star Wars. It's really cool, especially if people are into the animated series or the movies or the video games or all the above. Also, it's really cool too. And there's also channels too dedicated to Star Wars as well. There's another one, I think it's called Star Wars Theory. So I may have to find that pretty soon. I might do that for the next Star Wars kind of thing too next year, just to really just getting the grasp of it too, because I watched some of it, but it's so long to watch. And with Marvelous Videos, they just really break things down, in a very simple way too, just to for people in their audience to really get a good grasp of what they're explained to when it comes to Star Wars. So yeah, but yeah, for anyone who's in the chat right now, and for those who are watching a replay, if you guys ever want to say check out this playlist for yourself too, you are more than welcome to. I'm just gonna copy it and let's see. Copy it and post it in the chats. And also it's in the description of this live stream. So if you guys ever want to check it out for yourself at any time. When it comes to with the Star Wars franchise, if you guys ever want to watch it too, or even their channel as well. I'll post it in the chat right now too. So there we go. It's in the chat right now if you guys ever want to check it out. And without further ado, we're gonna play the first video of with the Star Wars franchise. Just really, watch a little bit clips of it. Just really, talking about it too when it comes to with these videos. And if anyone who wants to listen to this too. So again, if you guys ever feel like you are too tired, if you guys ever want to just catch some sleep, that's totally cool. This is for entertainment purposes only too. So when it comes to that, and much love to all the Star Wars fans out there, no matter what the age, this is for you guys too. And without further ado, let's play this playlist. Here we go.
Why would anyone walk away from being a Jedi? We were trained to be keepers.
Hey there guys, this is Richard, your host, with another marvelous video. This time, Star Wars The Clone Wars 2008, exploring one of the finest Star Wars animated series. Star Wars is unarguably one of the best movie franchises ever created, and it has also given birth to various spin-offs and animated TV shows. Star Wars The Clone Wars is one of the finest animated series in the Star Wars galaxy, and it extensively covers a lot of events in the extended universe. The series first aired on TV in 2008, and it followed the events of Episode 2, Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Today, we'll explore this show in detail and tell you everything about Star Wars The Clone Wars. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot.
Let's skip that and wait, start right.
Revenge of the Sith.
I think it starts right.
The animated television series set in the Star Wars galaxy. The Clone Wars events took place over 3 years between Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3.
Yeah, and let's see. What was I gonna say too when it comes to with the Clone Wars? I know there's kind of like controversy, and I'm not sure if this is true too for anyone who is listening. Just like when it comes to with the Clone Wars, I know there's kind of like mixed feelings too when it comes to just like with the popularity of the Clone Wars, especially with the films and the animated series. I mean, for me personally, I like them all, so it's like hey, I think it's like personal preference, but like just like when it comes to like with the Clone Wars, it was really interesting too, because I know like in the movie franchise, I think that's the first, just me personally saying this. It was like the first time I ever saw Samuel Jackson in the Star Wars movie too. And it's like with this, unique lightsaber, it was really purple because usually, if you're a Jedi, you probably have like a green or blue lightsaber. And if you're, um, in the dark side of the Force, you have a red lightsaber. But Samuel Jackson had a purple lightsaber. But I know there's more into it when it comes to like with Mace Windu's character origin story too when it comes to that. And I'm not saying that too because he's a black character. I'm just saying that just because with his unique character and all that, just him having a purple lightsaber, even though there's like there's one faction with the Jedi, having like the green and blue lightsabers, and there's the other one that has the Sith has all the red lightsabers, and there's in the Jedi Order, Mace Windu has a purple one. So it's kind of like you see a purple lightsaber, it's like, oh shoot. That's really interesting. It's kind of like that balance right there too, when it comes to, with that too. And it's really unique too. It's kind of like a representation of, balance, good and evil and all that. And especially when it comes to like with lightsabers, that too. I know like, those are really popular weapons in the fictional world too, especially nowadays too, for anyone who's going to Disneyland nowadays too, there's this, I believe that there's a Star Wars bar out there in Disneyland. If I'm correct about that, because the last time I saw that was in construction. That was probably like around 2018, 2019. I saw it, I was watching it being created, and it was probably finished around like the time of COVID too. So when it comes to that, as well, when it comes to with the lightsabers. Oh, Miss Candy says there's a video of the meanings of those various colors. Oh, there is? Oh, we should react to that then. Oh, shoot. I didn't know that. Oh, you guys are really knowledgeable about Star Wars than I am. Shit. Yes. So, oh my gosh, you probably know more about that than I do, Miss Candy. If you could find that video, feel free to post it in the chat. We can react to that too. So, that's really cool. I didn't know like the meanings of the various colors of lightsabers. Honestly, I just thought like, they just had them just because. But that's really interesting. Thank you for that information too, Miss Candy. I appreciate you. So that's really cool. I didn't know that. So I don't know if my friends know about that too. Honestly, I'm seeing that personally. So yeah, that's really interesting. Various meanings. I know, like with the Sith, in the dark side of the Force, it's all about carnage and destruction and control and all that. And with the Jedi, they just want to restore balance and peace and harmony. But with the purple one, I'm not sure what that means too. That's really interesting. I know there's like other color versions too. So yeah, that's really interesting. Let's have to look that up. Also, but let's continue play this little bit of the Clone Wars saga too. So if anyone who wants to listen.
3. Revenge of the Sith. The show followed the conflict between the Jedi Order's Galactic Republic and the Confederacy of Independent Systems. This confederacy was led by Count Dooku, who intended to bring together various planetary systems and unite them against the Republic. Dooku worked under the orders of Darth Sidious, who was actually using Dooku as a pawn in his master plan of eliminating the Jedi Order and replacing them with a new governing state. A Clone Wars feature film was released 2 months before the show, and the series then aired on Cartoon Network in 2008. While the movie wasn't a huge hit, the Clone Wars series started on a triumphant note, and it was Cartoon Network's most watched series premiere with around 3.9 million views. While the show covered a lot of events in the Star Wars galaxy, it was not in chronological order, and there was not a lot of continuity between the seasons. Nevertheless, the Clone
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason there was kind of like, confusion with that too, because it wasn't like in chronological order and people didn't understand what was happening in that timeline. So that kind of makes sense too when it comes to that, just like, the Clone Wars not being in chronological order. And that's probably like with people who are kind of talking about that and have to kind of like different feelings when it comes to with the Clone Wars. It was just like it wasn't in chronological order. It was just all over the place too. So, but yeah, I could totally understand that now too when it comes to certain people didn't like the Clone Wars so much just because it's not in chronological order. But people still watched it though. Especially when it first came out. Especially on Cartoon Network. With the animated series. So yeah, I mean, shout out to Cartoon Network for just just letting the Star Wars franchises play too on their platform too, because like for anyone who has kids or even people who grew up in the '90s, Cartoon Network, was a thing, especially on Toonami too. That was kind of like the one of the you know I say like shows that kind of brought us certain shows too, like especially when it comes to anime, like with Dragon Ball Z, like came to America, even though Dragon Ball franchise has been out since the '80s too. So, but yeah, but anyways, hey, what's up, greeter? Good to see you. What's up? What's up? Thank you for being here and dropping by. What's up? What's up? What's good? So, hopefully you are enjoying your weekend. Hope you're having an awesome weekend too, especially for anyone who is listening to this and watching this live, and for those who are watching a replay too. So, yes, yes, indeed. But yeah, today we're just talking about Star Wars, and actually, before I started talking about all this Star Wars stuff too, I was just really letting people know that I apologize for just rescheduling the show because it's really was supposed to be on Saturday, but I was at a party with a friend and we stayed up, pretty late too. So when it comes to that, I'm not trying to make any excuses when it comes to with my actions and behaviors. I just want to let you guys know about that too and just really keep you guys updated too when it comes to what I'm doing as well too. Not just on my personal life, but just for this channel. So, but yeah, it's good to see you. Hopefully, you are having a good weekend too, greeter. When it comes to that, everything else, and for anyone who's listening, for those who are new to my channel, and for those who are coming back too, it's good to see you guys again too. So yes, thank you for dropping by, showing support, sharing, talking about, when it comes to Star Wars and, other stuff too that you guys want to talk about too. And keeping the chat, a really friendly and fun place too. So yes, what's up, Michelle? What's good? What's good? Good to see you. So thank you for being here, Michelle. Hopefully you are doing good and everything else. And so yes, indeed. What's up? What's up? Hopefully you and your family are doing good. Hopefully you are doing good too, taking care of yourself and celebrating Star Wars, Day yesterday, May 4th. And actually happy Cinco de Mayo also for anyone who is, part of that culture too and everything else. So, all my, beautiful Mexican brothers and sisters, happy Cinco de Mayo Day. And I forgot to say that too. So hopefully I'm not offending anyone too. So I'm just not, that is not the case. I just really want to appreciate the culture too when it comes to Mexican culture. And again, happy May 4th, Star Wars Day yesterday, and Cinco de Mayo too, for anyone who is just watching this live and for those who are watching a replay too. So, because, when it comes to with this channel, everyone is welcome here too, whether you're Mexican, if you're Black, if you're an alien too from outer space, if you're a Saiyan, if you're a Wookiee, if you're, even if you're, you know, um, whichever too, an alien, if you're, Vicarian, or if you're Saiyan, if you're Kryptonian, whichever, you're welcome here too. If you're human like us, if you're Black, if you're white, if you're Mexican, Colombian, Brazilian, you name it, everyone is welcome here too. So yes, yes indeed. Good to see you, Michelle. My favorite accent is Mexican, Spanish accent. Follow closely, right? Oh, okay. That's cool. You like those accents when it comes to the Mexican Spanish accent and the British. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I never heard those two accents together, but that's really cool. I mean, you're just really being honest with your preferences. So that's cool. I mean, I heard some, awesome Spanish accents too, and Mexican accents as well. And same goes to British too. And same goes to, African accents. Accents itself are really unique too, especially how, people, say certain things too, in a really healthy way, of course, especially if you're like a voice actor too. I know like when it comes to like with certain voice actors who are, from different backgrounds have really unique voices, when it comes to how they portray certain characters. It's really cool too, like with Mark Hamill, for example. I know he's, I know he's American through and through, but when it comes to him playing like, Luke Skywalker, playing that, protagonist role too in the Star Wars franchise, and, for him to also playing like a really chaotic villain like the Joker, that's really interesting too, because like how you can really portray a really good person and then portraying a really chaotic badass right there too. So, oh, okay, cool, cool. So, thank you for posting the video, Miss Candy. We'll definitely will check that out as well. So let's see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I could find that link. Let's see. Let me find that link to that movie. Let's see. Movie. Okay, I got it. I got it. Copy link address. I got it. So I might stop sharing this one. I'm gonna share the other one. Let's watch the lightsaber meeting video too. So let's go watch that instead. Let's see. That's really interesting. Let's share that in. Here we go. Oh, I don't think I've ever subscribed to this channel. That's cool. 8 minutes. Cool. Let's do that. And let's see. Let's stop this for a sec. Wait, did I close it? Ah. Oh, let's see. Hang out with for me for a bit, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see. Post that again. I'm playing it again. Okay, so open and share. There it is. Wednesday. There we go. Okay, I hope that works this time. So, all right, we got the video. So, thank you for that, Shelby, for that link to the video too. When it comes to with the lightsaber being sued, because like people probably do you know or don't know when it comes to the lightsaber being sealed when it comes to the Star Wars franchise. So, this video will be pretty fun information for people to learn too, especially for anyone who is a big old Star Wars fan as well too. So shout out to you for posting this, Miss Candy, and hello to Shelby. What's up, Shelby? Good to see you. So thank you for watching too and dropping by. Hopefully you are having an awesome weekend too when it comes to just having an awesome weekend in general. If you're just you had a fun day yesterday, or even just like in general too, just feel free to share if you want to. If not, that's totally cool too. So yes, indeed. It's good to see you. So hopefully you are doing well and everything else. So oh, it's okay, Michelle. Thank you for being here. If you have to go, just when it comes to with family, that's totally cool. You don't have to be sorry about that too. So, big hugs to your son and hopefully he's doing well too. So and you guys take care of yourselves also. You're always welcome to come back and chill with us if you have the time to do so. So yes, indeed. So we're gonna react to this video when it comes to with every single lightsaber color meaning too. So this is a really cool video. Shout out to Miss Candy for sharing this with us too. So without further ado, and also if you guys ever want to check out the playlist from Marvelous Videos as well, feel free to check out the link below too in the description and even in the chat as well. And without further ado, here we go. And let's get this party started. So when it comes to that, and I am moving so slow, so forgive me with that too. And you probably want me to do this also.
Ash, get over there!
Get on with it, damn it. So anyways, without further ado, let's get this party started.
Lightsabers are cool. Even if you're not a hardcore Star Wars fan, you probably want one, and that's okay. There's something that everyone loves about a blazing sword made of pure energy that the Jedi and Sith wield to have epic fights at the conclusion of nearly every Star Wars movie. And chances are, if you want one, you've probably decided on the blade color you'd choose. But did you know that the various lightsaber colors each carry their own respective meanings? The various colors can, in fact, tell you a lot about the Force users who wield them.
Hold up. Go the fuck back there. Hold up. I gotta start watching this shit from now on. Hold up. They got a black lightsaber in this bitch? Excuse my language. Oh, up. I'm cussing the storm in this bitch. Oh my gosh. God damn.
Sig, watch your language.
Sorry, Iron Man. I can't fucking help it. But hold on, I gotta play this shit again. Hold on.
But did you know that the various lightsaber colors each carry their own respective meaning?
Yo, that's pretty sick. I always thought, like, what if happened if they had like a black lightsaber or something? I don't know if that was possible, how this lightsabers are created, but anything's possible now since watching this shit. Oh man, I feel like a noob. It's not trying to like put myself down, but I've been not following the Star Wars shows. I kind of, but I have to watch them again just to get a understanding. That's pretty sick though. I think this is what's that show? I know what the show is about, but I know it's on Disney Plus though. So that is sick. That is sick though. Oh, the Mandalorian. Okay, it's the dark lightsaber. Okay. So the dark saber, interesting. They'll probably explain this in this video then, right? So that's cool. Interesting. Didn't know about that. Most interesting. Huh. Now it's like, huh. Interesting. It's like, now you tell me. Not talking about you, Miss Candy. I'm just talking about with Star Wars. It's like, they made a black dark saber. That's cool. Black lightsaber. It's like, hey, that's cool. Fantasy come true. So not saying that personally for me, of course, but anyways. Since unique to the Mandalorian culture and reign of rulers. Oh, okay, interesting. So that's cool. I have to look into that more when it comes to Mandalorian. I have to watch that show again to understand it. All right, thanks for the heads up, Miss Candy. Shout out to you for mentioning that as well. So let's continue with the video and just let this guy, explain this also. And shout out to him too for this video too. I'll make sure to post this video in the description of this live stream as well. So let's go.
Meanings. The various colors can, in fact, tell you a lot about the Force users who wield.
Oh yeah, see that's what I was talking about with Mace Windu with the purple lightsaber. That's some dope shit right there too. So, anyways, let's
them. As the canon of the universe has expanded, shrunk down, changed, and adapted, so has the lore behind the legendary weapons. There once was a time where we had all kinds of light-based weapons, from broadswords to light whips to lances and pikes, and of course, the humble lightsaber. But before that, there were only two colors, red and blue. Nowadays, there's canon and legends, which often contradict one another. Today, we'll do our best to navigate both and explain the meanings of the various lightsaber blade colors. So, let's dive in.
Red 5, shout out to him. That's cool stuff.
In the heart of every lightsaber lies a kyber crystal, the source of the blade and thus its color. As a part of Jedi training, younglings were sent to the crystal cave of the ice planet Ilum to seek out their own kyber crystals. A lightsaber's color is determined the moment the user harvests it from its resting place. So in essence, a lightsaber's color reveals something about its wielder and their connection to the Force, even more so in Star Wars Legends. Beginning with blue, the original and most common color among the Jedi, wielded by the likes of Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Plo Koon, Kanan Jarrus, and many more. Blue lightsabers are said to represent loyalty, stability, truth, justice, righteousness, and bravery, mostly by association of what the Jedi stand for, as well as the user's strong spiritual alignment with the crystal. In Legends, blue lightsabers were wielded by Jedi Guardians. This was one of three distinctions within the Order. Jedi Guardians focused most on combat and protection. After blue, green is unquestionably the next most common color within the Jedi Order. Green lightsabers were used by Jedi like Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Ahsoka Tano. Green lightsabers represent growth, safety, harmony, helpfulness, cooperation, spirituality, and demonstrable goodwill, being commonly used by wiser and more senior Jedi. In Legends, green lightsabers were used by the second distinction of Jedi, the Jedi Consulars. A Jedi Consular is a Jedi more devoted to the mental aspects of the Force than lightsaber combat.
That's interesting because I know, like with the blue lightsabers, they represent, truth and justice and harmony and etc. And with the green one too is kind of like the more when it comes to knowledge and stability. Because the green and the blue kind of like it's like like when it comes to the wielders who have those kind of lightsabers, it's just like they're all about keeping the peace and making sure everything is in order and truth and justice and all that. And just like when it comes to the other colors, they probably have some different meanings as well, especially for different characters too in the Star Wars franchise. For those who are Jedi, for those who are with the Order too, when it comes to the Sith Order, however you want to call it too. I don't know, but when it comes to me being a Star Wars fan, I just gotta catch up with my vocabulary, and not vocabulary, just really keeping up with it. And Shelby shared something really interesting in the chat. It says Mark Hamill made a guest appearance at the White House. Oh, that's cool. What was he talking about in the press house on Friday? When it comes to that, I know like Mark Hamill has been really vocal when it comes to certain things that's happening in in our environment too, especially in in pop culture as well. So if you want to elaborate more about that, Shelby, feel free to do so. I know Mark Hamill too, he's really a really cool dude. That's because he played Luke Skywalker and of course the Joker too in the Batman animated series, but also he's a really cool dude who cares, even though when it comes to celebrities, I understand if you don't believe me when I say that too, but I could be totally wrong about that too. And of course, this is just my own opinion saying that too. So you guys can really disagree what I'm about to say and so on and so forth too. So, but anyways, yeah, that's cool. Thank you for sharing that too, Shelby, too, when it comes to Mark Hamill, making a guest appearance at the White House. He probably was talking about certain important things too to the public and, anyone around that environment too. So, but anyways, let's continue with the video and here we go.
These deep thinkers and philosophers tend to study the greater inner workings of the Force. Behind the scenes, green lightsabers almost didn't exist. Luke Skywalker was meant to still have a blue lightsaber in Return of the Jedi. He can even be seen with it in much of the promotional material for the movie. The change was made during filming, as the crew realized that the blue blade didn't look right during the battle on Jabba's sail barge. When shot in daylight, the blue would blend in with the color of the sky, so George Lucas and his crew decided to make the change, giving us the first green lightsaber in Star Wars. Red lightsabers are used by the Sith and other Darksiders, from Sidious to Vader to Count Dooku, Maul, Kylo Ren, the list goes on. Red lightsabers represent power, aggression, anger, hatred, malice, and domination. In Legends, Sith crystals are actually synthetic and not natural like the ones the Jedi use. In canon, a Sith will channel their negative emotions, turning a Kyber crystal red in a process known as bleeding. Kylo Ren's is slightly different. During its bleeding process, his crystal became cracked and unstable. The design required it to have lateral vents on either side of the handle in order to divert the extra heat generated by the crystal. Purple lightsabers were wielded by the likes of Mace Windu, Revan, and Mara Jade Skywalker. Purple lightsabers are rare and typically used by Jedi who have a strong connection to both the light and dark sides of the Force, tiptoeing the line.
That's interesting. Hold up. Let's see. Go back there too.
And Mara Jade Skywalker.
So
The crystal. Purple lightsabers were wielded by the likes of Mace Windu,
that was the first one. Samuel Jackson.
Revan, and
Revan, yeah, that's a cool character.
Mara Jade Skywalker.
Who's that? She looks like a Commander Shepard version of she was in Star Wars. That's interesting. I have to look into her character background. So yeah, let me pause there for a second too. Let's see what Shelby is saying. I was 9 when the Star Wars movie came out. Oh wow, you were 9 years old when the first Star Wars movie came out. So it came out like in the 70s, right? If I'm not mistaken, feel free to correct me. But that's powerful. It was a big deal. I wish I could have kept all the merchandise that was out during the time. Yeah, that's beautiful that you remember that when you were a kid too, especially when the first Star Wars movie came out. That's a big deal as well. So that's really cool. And you had some merchandise as well too. So that's really interesting, when it comes to that. I'm sorry that you didn't get a chance to save, some of the merchandise that you had as a kid, but if you found some, eventually someday, I hope you really keep it and just really, really just keep it, if you could find it too, if that makes sense, shall we? But I'm sorry that, if I offended you, but I just really, what I was saying is like, if you find any, Star Wars, merchandise, just really, taking care of that too, if that makes sense. Just really, keep it as a fan and, all sorts of stuff too. But who am I to judge, So, but yeah, 1977. Oh, wow. That's a powerful year. That's cool. That's cool. That's what's up. Miss Candy says Mary J was married to Luke Skywalker. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay. That kind of makes sense too. Mary J. I have to look into her character because I kind of forgot about that. Wow. Interesting. Mary J was married to Luke Skywalker. Interesting. She must be a really, really powerful woman just to have the, purple lightsaber as well. Same goes to, Mace Windu and the other character too. I believe that one in the middle is probably in the Disney Disney Plus series too. I have to look into that, eventually, of course. Interesting. And let's see. Shelby says, we all went to the third stores. I'm very cautious about what I did to the third stores. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that. What I did. Oh, okay. I get you. I get what you donated. I got you. I understood what you said there too. But sorry, that happened too. So that's a bummer. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I can understand if you're cautious, but about that too, what you did. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. That happened to you too. And I'm not judging as well, because when it comes to like with collectibles, and even like if it's just like talking about that too, when it comes to like with any kind of collectibles, it's really good to just really show appreciation with that as well. If you have collectibles of certain things like from your childhood, when it comes to like with action figures or video games or with clothes or with movies or CDs or any kind of content too. Because content's more than just videos. It could be like, it could be with like action figures. It could be like with, even like with subs. It could be with anything, honestly. And I'll tell you a story too when it comes to with my mom. For those who love TV, I don't know if you guys ever watch a show called I Love Lucy. That's kind of way before my time too. But like, when I was growing up as a kid, let me see if I could share my full screen too. When I was a kid growing up, even like during the 90s, I was just like, my mom usually used to watch I Love Lucy every single day. And my sister did too at the time as well, too, in the 90s. So like when it comes to with every episode, like with Lucy, and just like she used to get it, like on I say on VHS, but when DVDs, this came out probably like in the early 2000s, she really found a way to just get like every episode of I Love Lucy, even the one that has like Superman in it too. And I also remember too, like she bought like like every episode of I Love Lucy, the seasons, and even with the Vita Vita Benjamin kind of, collectibles too. And I even went to like a Lucy convention, when I was a kid too. That was like a very long time ago. So like when it comes to when it comes to like with collectibles staying, talking about that, it's just like it's so powerful and that people can really just be passionate when it comes to collecting certain things, when it comes to certain things with pop culture that they're passionate about, when it comes to like with Star Wars or with Pokemon too, especially. I mean, Shelby, I still have my Pokemon cards that I had since the 1990s, and I know that they're probably worth a lot of money too if you keep them in certain conditions. And I have them in this beat up Pokemon case too. I probably showed it for you guys before too, or even I just if I can find a picture of it, I'll post it in the community tab of YouTube just to for you guys to just really get a good grasp of it. But it's just like I still have like those collectibles of Pokemon cards, and even Dragon Ball Z cards too. Back in the day too. So and Hello Kitty is another popular franchise as well too. So yeah, that's really awesome that you still have collectibles of Pokemon and Hello Kitty too. Because Pokemon cards too. If you have like the trading cards, they're probably worth like a lot of money. But I know you probably, when it comes to the material stuff, you want to sell it. If you want to keep it just because you're a fan, that's totally cool. Same goes to like with Star Wars, or if you're a fan of Marvel, or if you're a fan of DC, if you're a fan of, whichever franchise. See, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, if you're a fan of Tekken, Mass Effect, Cyberpunk, 20, etc. too. So that's funny. My mom was into I Love Lucy. Oh yeah, that's cool. I Love Lucy and Betty Boop. Those are classics right there too. So yeah, shout out to your mom. She's a fan of I Love Lucy and Betty Boop. She's got good taste. So good stuff. Good stuff. That's awesome. Good stuff there, Shelby. Thank you for sharing that too, by the way, too. You didn't have to, but if you feel comfortable sharing that, that's really cool. So shout out to you for sharing that with us too. For anyone who is watching this live and watching the replay, who is a big fan of I Love Lucy and DC Comics, Marvel Comics, Dark Horse, et cetera, too. So if you're a fan of Star Wars, you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, if you're a fan of Cyberpunk or Metal Gear or Grand Theft Auto, et cetera, too. This, you're at this in this live streams for you guys too. So but anyways, let's get back to watching this video for a bit. And I could pull some cards for the collector too, because I know people are tired. They got work in the morning. They got to take care of some stuff too. They want some sleep. I get that too. So, but if you guys are enjoying the live stream, if you guys ever want to, show some support for this live stream too, feel free to hit the like button too, at any time if you need to sleep or if you want to show support. that is totally fine too. And much love to all you guys. So without further ado, let's continue with this awesome video. Here we go.
Walker. Purple lightsabers are rare and typically used by Jedi who have a strong connection to both the light and dark sides of the Force, tiptoeing the line ever so closely. They represent nobility, wisdom, and a balance between the two sides. Purple lightsabers exist all things.
You know, for me as a fan, I always wanted Samuel Jackson to kick that guy's ass, but that wasn't the case too. But that's just me saying as a fan. I always want Nick Fury to whoop that guy's ass. Ugh. Man, I was so pissed when they killed off Mace Windu. You know, I was just so bummed out when it comes to that. I just want to give him this kind of like energy to that evil Sith Lord punk.
You can't harm me. Are you a fucking ass?
Yeah, just give him that same energy, you know, to give him those hands like this.
I will throw down.
And you know what?
And that is a promise.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's just me staying as a fan. You know, you guys could totally disagree too, but I know that's, you know, that's out of my hands. But as a fan, I always want to see Mace Windu kick some ass. You know, not because he's black, because he's, you know, really unique character. But anyways, let's get back into the video. There we go.
Thanks to Samuel L. Jackson, who personally asked George Lucas for one in Attack of the Clones.
Oh, well, good guys are green and blue, bad guys are red. That's just the way it works.
Look at his face.
No purple lights.
He's like, okay, motherfucker. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. You ever seen that look before in the Avengers? He's gonna give him this kind of energy.
Puny God.
No shade against George Lucas. He's the one of the goats, but the way he's looking at, have you guys seen Pulp Fiction? You know, or if you guys seen Boomerang with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. I don't know why, but I'm getting that kind of energy right now from Samuel Jackson with that look. But anyway, shit, that is funny as hell, you know. So, oh man, let's continue with the video.
You might get purple.
Without the legend himself, we'd never even have the purple lightsaber to have an in-universe lore explanation to go with it. Yellow lightsabers,
Ooh,
like
yellow.
purple, are certainly more rare among the Jedi, wielded by Asajj Ventress, Rey, Bastila Shan, the Jedi Temple Guards, and at one point, Luke Skywalker. They were said to represent goodness, warmth, and energy. We don't know much about them in canon, given their rarity, but could learn more in projects like the Acolyte or New Jedi Order movie. In Legends, however, they were associated with the final of the three classes of Jedi, the Jedi Sentinels. Sentinels blended both schools of teaching and amplified them with a series of non-force skills, such as in the fields of security, computers, stealth techniques, demolitions, repair, or medicine. These skills tended to take a forefront in their middle road approach to problems. White lightsabers are also incredibly rare, most famously used by Ahsoka Tano after the Clone Wars. They were said to represent purity, redemption, and the ability to overcome the dark side. A white lightsaber crystal was created by taking a bleeding red Sith one and purifying it through the Force. Ahsoka did this with the sixth brother Inquisitor's lightsaber after defeating him on the moon of Rada. She continues to wield her two white lightsabers through Rebels, and now at the time of The Mandalorian and her own spin-off show. There is one known black lightsaber in the galaxy, the Mandalorian Darksaber. This weapon was created by the only Mandalorian to be inducted into the Jedi Order, Tar Vizsla. It was also used by his descendant, Pre Vizsla, Darth Maul, Sabine Wren, Bo-Katan Kryze, Moff Gideon, and Din Djarin. As such, the Darksaber's meaning is far more relevant in Mandalorian culture than it is to the Jedi Order. To Mandalorians, the Darksaber was a symbol of leadership and represented strength, honor, and tradition. Its crystal was likely ancient and more unique than any other, given its sharp shape and instability. Orange lightsabers are a very new thing to canon, appearing in the teaser trailers for Ahsoka being used by Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, two Order 66 survivors now in service to Grand Admiral Thrawn. Some viewers believed these lightsabers were a different shade of red, but showrunner Dave Filoni confirmed that they were in fact orange. Our best guess is that orange lightsabers were similar to purple, perhaps for Sith who were closer to the light side than others, but that's just a complete shot in the dark. Orange blades were present in legends and were said to be used by Jedi who have a strong sense of individuality and are often depicted as being independent or unconventional. They represent creativity, confidence, and self-reliance. These Jedi included Yaddle and Plo Koon in various comics, but this was before George Lucas had established much of the rules pertaining to the weapons. 3 more colors exist within the Star Wars Jedi games, those being cyan, indigo, and magenta. Their inclusion in the game does make them canon, but it's more for the player to have additional customization options for their Cal Kestis. Not much is known about any in-universe significance of these colors or what they mean for their wielders. Cyan and indigo seem to be derivatives of the standard blue lightsaber, whereas magenta is somewhat reminiscent of Mace Windu's purple blade. But which lightsaber color is your favorite? Which would you choose to wield as a Sith or a Jedi? Let me know your choice and what you think of its in-universe explanation down in the comments. Come join us to chat more at our community.
Interesting. Wow, there's so many colors when it comes to with the lightsabers and all that too. So shout out to what's his name? I want to see if I could. Red 5. Cool. So I'm gonna post a make sure to post a link in the chat too. So you don't give a like for him. That's cool stuff he's sharing. And so let's see. Close that. Close that one. There we go. Let's see what people are sharing. I have a closet full of Builder A bears. Oh, nice. You got a roller skates and all that too? That's cool. Nice. When my daughter was a teenager, they were having a lightsaber fight. Yeah, right when it was dark. Neighbors called the cops. It was like that. Oh my gosh. That's an interesting story, and you probably the cops were kind of like, what the heck's going on? But I'm glad no one was hurt during that incident, but like for cops being a Star Wars fan, that's really cool too. So yeah, that's a really interesting story there, Shelby. I'm glad no one was hurt though, too. Say first and foremost. So yeah, that's really interesting. I know like nowadays, see if you do like the Star Wars stuff out there, people won't you just turn a blind eye from it too. It's like it's Star Wars, it's universal. Cops love it, babies love it, Star Wars. Everybody loves Star Wars too. Who doesn't? They're probably out there, who doesn't love Star Wars? So yeah, totally get that. Hang on a second. But anyways, yes. Oh, she's 27 now? Awesome. There are also Star Wars lightsaber sword fighting academy. Dang, you guys know all the scoops and all that. So that's cool. Nice. So interesting. Thank you for sharing that too. I think the Star Wars, I might have to look that up too, like another time. But anyways, I'm gonna pull some cards for the collective since we're so sleepy and we have to do things. So I'm gonna use the deck that we're using today. Is called the Magic of Marvel Oracle deck. So when it comes to with this awesome deck connected to the Marvel universe, which is also owned by Disney when it comes to with Star Wars as well. So I'm gonna pull some cards for the collective, and we're gonna end it on a good note there too. So. But yeah, the Star Wars Lightsaber Academy, that's cool. I'm gonna have to look that one up too. So it might be in the US somewhere too, or there might be different ones somewhere, which is cool too. So yes, indeed. So let's see, let's pull some cards to collective. What can we take for this live stream? Okay. Let's see what comes to the second message. Hmm. Interesting. The second message. I'm gonna pull one more for the people who are watching this. I haven't watched the replay. Most interesting. Okay. So she says the lightsabers were not at Walmart. But these kids are saved up all their money to buy them. It's a big deal to have lightsabers. Oh, that's powerful. Okay, so it's 200 a piece. Wow, that's quite some. That's quite some change for a lightsaber. Okay, that's pretty cool though, to say the least. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. So I have three powerful collective messages for anyone who is watching this live and for those who are watching the replay when it comes to this live stream. If any of these messages resonate with you guys too, when it comes to with these messages, just feel free to share your own feelings and thoughts in the chat too. So when it comes to what the first message, from the Magic of Marvel Oracle deck is from Valkyrie. So it's kind of like, when it comes to Valkyrie, Valkyrie's a really interesting character too, because she's really all about, with honor and just like when it comes to the things that we do too, and especially in general as well, when it comes to with her character arc. And just like, when it comes to with Valkyrie, just really taking the time for us to just really, if you're passionate about something, if you want to just do something, also just really, never giving up on yourself too. Because, like there's another card that has the Valkyrie in it, but also it's all about like redemption when it comes to with the divine feminine kind of messages too. I know Valkyries, are really like a really powerful, powerful, I say like divine force per se too. If I'm saying it right, when it comes to with North mythology, which is really all about, with that. I know Valkyries represent, with redemption and all that too. And just like when it comes to with this message, just really, taking the time for ourselves to just really, not to be so hard on ourselves, but also just really, if you're passionate about something, just really go for it. And just really, again, not being so hard on ourselves too when it comes to with this message. Yeah, even just like, when it comes to redeeming yourself and also just like, when it comes to with this message, just really, just really, not to be so hard on yourself and just really, doing that from a healthy space too when it comes to with this message. And also too, when it comes to with the second message really comes from with Doc when it comes to with with Spider-Man villain too, when it comes to with Dr. Octopus. And just like when it comes to Dr. Octopus, and just like, when it comes to with this message and it says being right never feels wrong, but also at the same time, there's nothing wrong if you're just like, when it comes to diving into the mind also, but also just really admitting if you're, wrong, there's nothing wrong admitting that you're wrong also, because sometimes we're not right about everything. So when it comes to with this message, just really know that if you're right about stuff, that's good. But if you're not right about certain things, there's nothing, nothing wrong being wrong also, because sometimes we don't know everything and there's nothing wrong with that too. And just really, just really being careful if you're into the mind as much too, because, sometimes if we're too logical about certain things too and everything else, and we could be totally wrong about certain things. And there's nothing wrong admitting that we're wrong too. So when it comes to that, especially from this powerful message from just with Dr. Octopus, I know sometimes, if we're right about certain things when it comes to with the facts, that's cool. But if we're wrong about certain things, there's nothing wrong with that too. And just really admitting that as well too when it comes to that. And also if you're just grasping, being in the mind so much too, just really, paying attention to that also too when it comes to with this message. Kind of like, if we're so, we're just grasping on the mind so much, kind of like in this, technical clause too, when it comes to in this picture, just really being mindful of that as well. And also too, with the last message that I have for you guys, especially for anyone who is watching this live and for those who are watching a replay, is from Doctor Strange. So like when it comes to with our intentions, just really recognizing that too, especially to like our abilities that we have also when it comes to with our intentions and so on and so forth. And it says with this message, intention is the gateway to glory. So just really, be mindful of, I say be mindful of our intentions, but really knowing what your intentions are too when it comes to just like, for your own well-being and in general also too. So just really, being, really honest with our intentions that we want to, do when it comes to with our desires and etc. Just really let your intentions be known too. Just really, saying that for yourself, and especially for people who are just in your life also too, in a healthy space. So just really, when it comes to with our intentions, just really recognizing that from a healthy space, and even just really being honest with that too, when it comes to, with our intentions, so. But anyways, but if any of these messages resonate with you guys too, especially for anyone who is, watching this live and for those who are watching that replay too. So when it comes to what this message is, I'm going to share them again too before we wrap this up. So when it comes to what the first message that I pulled for you guys, when it comes to the Valkyrie, just really not being so hard on ourselves and just really, just learn from our mistakes, and just really comes to with redemption and just really, redeeming yourself, not being so hard on yourself, and just really, pick yourself up and just really, being the strongest version, of yourself that you can be too when it comes to with this message. And, just like when it comes to the next message I have, pulled for you guys, is just like when it comes to like, just really just dive into the mind, and just like when it comes to being right all the time, just really recognizing that. And there's nothing wrong being right if you're factual about certain things, but if you're wrong about certain things, there's nothing wrong admitting that you're wrong. So it's just like when it comes to just like, if you're right about certain things, that's cool. But also just if you're wrong about certain things, there's nothing wrong with that also too. Just really, recognizing that from a healthy space. And just like, when it comes to the next message too, it's just really letting your intentions be known too from a healthy space as well. So just really, that your intentions be known from a healthy space, really being honest with yourself and anyone that you are in contact with when it comes to with your intentions also too, especially, in general also when it comes to with our intentions, and with our desires and goals and, et cetera, et cetera. So again, if any of these messages resonate with you guys too, if it makes sense to you, if it didn't, I totally understand. Just feel free to, share your own feelings and thoughts in the chat too. So, especially when it comes to with this deck, I haven't used this deck as much too, but I'm gonna just really play around with it for a bit too and just study it too, because this is a really interesting deck. I bought this along with the DC Tarot deck too. So this is kind of like one of the decks that I bought like a couple of years ago that I really haven't dived deep into, but I'm going to really explore it a little bit more too. So, but anyways, but if you guys are interested in just really, getting this deck for yourself too, I'll make sure to post a link to in the description, in the description of this live stream too. So if you guys ever want to check out this deck for yourselves, if you love Marvel, if you love Oracle decks, that deck is for you too. It's probably at a good price also on Amazon. So if you guys ever want to check it out for yourself too at any time, I'll post a link to it in the below. And yes indeed. And what deck is that? It's called the Magic of Marvel Oracle deck too. So, this is what the deck is called. I believe I got this on Amazon too, I believe. So it's a really cool deck. It came out a few years ago too. I believe it's like around, I came out in like early 2020 or 2021. I think it was 2020 it came out too. But it's a really cool deck though. It's really interesting. So I'll post it now too, so you guys are interested in, if you guys want to get this deck for yourself. Hold on. Let's see. see if I could find it. There it is. I found it. So let's see. There we go. The Magic of Marvel Oracle deck. So if you guys ever want to check out the deck for yourself, here's a link to it at any time if you want to check it out. You know, if you ever love Oracle decks, if you love Marvel comics too, that deck is for you. Feel free to check it out at any time. And yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for, celebrating May 4th and Cinco de Mayo too in this live stream as well. I know you guys are tired from just working and taking care of family. And yeah, if you guys aren't tired too, I understand also. But we're busy people. We have our own lives to live. And, and I totally understand that too. But, I thank you guys for just, popping in here, showing support and everything else. I love you guys too from the bottom of my heart because, each time you guys support this channel, especially when it comes to with these live streams, when it comes to, liking this live stream, sharing with anyone who wants to, watch it too. I really appreciate that. That helps support this channel too. So again, thank you guys for watching this live stream. And of course, to, to all the new subscribers and recent other subscribers coming back also, thank you guys for being here too. Much love to all the mods who are here too, especially, from Shelby, Michelle, all you guys too, Miss Candy. Thank you, especially Miss Candy, for dropping all the Star Wars knowledge, and same goes to you too, Shelby. So, but yes, thank you guys for being here. Pisces, Greeter, all you guys who are, and K Travel, thank you guys for being here too and showing support as well as also. So again, thank you guys for just popping in here and showing support, etc. I'm going to go live tomorrow, so if you guys ever want to talk about anything when it comes to with pop culture or with spirituality talks too, and etc., that's totally cool too. If you guys ever want to make the time just to really just drop by and show some love, talk about whatever you want to talk about too, what you guys want to vote for, what you guys want to experience for tomorrow's live stream. And much love to all you guys too who are watching this live and watching our replay. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll make sure to make that show happen tomorrow night also too. So, but again, much love to all you guys who are here to, who watch this also. Shelby, all you guys too in the chat. And Shelby says, I'm going to design a deck where everybody is wearing roller skates. You wouldn't believe how roller skating can affect your... Oh, wow. If you make that deck, Shelby, that's something I would like to see. That's really cool. So yeah, a deck about roller skating. That's a really cool idea. You should say that. I mean, that's a really sweet idea though, Shelby. That's cool. You have my full support on that also. So any ideas you want to write down, I'm looking forward to seeing the results too. If you want to make a deck about that, see if it's like a tarot deck or oracle deck or a mixture of both, or whichever kind of deck, that's your ideas, and just really protecting that with your heart, with your mind, especially too. So, but you have my full support with that also, because that is your idea, Shelby. I'm just want to fully support you on that too. So yes, a deck that's all about roller skating and how, can affect your philosophy in life, which is really interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing that results, Shelby. So shout out to you for sharing that also. And much love to all the content creators too who are doing powerful things out there, especially from a healthy space, when it comes to entertaining people, educating people, etc. too. So much love to all the content creators out there. I love you guys dearly. I know I'm not like the most active on YouTube sometimes because I usually do these live streams monthly instead of weekly. But if you guys ever want to show support when it comes to with this channel, and also too, if you guys ever want to follow me on other social media platforms and require my services when it comes to self-care and wellness, feel free to reach out to me. I'll do my best to help you out. however I can. And much love to you. I'm looking forward to hang out with you tomorrow. And also too, I'll make sure to also drop some content too, here and there when it comes to with this channel. I know I've been saying that, but I've been really just getting some ideas when it comes to making videos, but that's going to be coming soon also. So again, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a beautiful rest of your morning, morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are in the world too, or in the galaxy. For those who are watching this too, who are Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans, and Mass Effect fans, and Marvel fans, DC, etc. too. Much love to all you guys, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow and in general too. So you guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, especially in our environment, and you guys stay safe out there too. And also too, I always play this before I go. If anyone is giving you crap for any kind of reason too, you give them this kind of energy right here too. So where is that clip? So if anyone's giving you that kind of weird energy, give them this kind of energy too. Always protect yourself like this.
People don't like how you be yourself. Fuck them. Fuck them up against the wall. Wear handcuffs on and crazy through all their lips. That's all you do.
That's all you do. And you know what? Always make that promise to yourself like that too. Like
And that is a promise.
Yeah. So hot damn it. So oh shit. I did it again. Hot damn it.
Language.
Anyways, much love to you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. So much love and stay safe. Have a good one. Anyways, now I hear barking. I don't know why. So let's see. Where is that button? Here we go.